Good late morning, everybody. Movie Fan 2002 here, and now it's time for a Blu-ray update for today, December 15th, 2023, as I got told of two Blu-ray items that I got last night as a little special holiday present. Yeah. None of these Blu-rays are Disney. They're actually both from Paramount. Now, I'm going to be showing them a bit out of order because the last one I want to show is a little bit more special, at least because that's what I want to include it last. So, I am sort of going out of order, but you'll understand why when I show it to you. Oh, and by the way, before I continue, yes, I am home for holiday break because, as you can tell in the previous video for the Kung Fu Panda 3 one, yes, I'm back home for the holiday break because I got home like last Saturday. Just wanted to let you know. Anyway, without further ado, let's quit wasting any time and get straight into this. And the first Blu-ray I'm going to show in this update is the new Blu-ray of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. It says the biggest and best action movie of the year, said by Joe Declerman of Screen Rant. Go inside the stunts and more. Yeah. Yep. Now this Blu-ray was released back on Halloween, although I didn't get this Blu-ray until last night. Yeah. And for those who saw my review, and this is sort of a spoiler for my top 10 best films of the year video, the top 10 best films of the year video, which will be coming out like I believe on New Year's Eve, but spoilers for that. This is my favorite film of the year. Yes, I love this film a bit, even more than films like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Oppenheimer, although those films are still amazing, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, it's great to finally now have this film on Blu-ray. Which you possibly don't know, but I actually do have the other 6 films on Blu-ray, which I actually got back in 2016. No, 2018. Sorry, 2018, because... Yeah. I did a whole review of this film when it came out, and so if you want to go hear my thoughts, go ahead. Anyways, yeah, this is a fantastic movie. Absolutely adore this one. Your spine. In the back, it says, Next Level Action and Thrills, stay by Marin Lecker, Entertainment Weekly, and it also says, Tom Cruise is at the top of his game, and the film's critics are calling the best mission ever, stated by Scott Manses of KTLA TV. Yeah, and it says over 30 minutes of special features that includes commentary by director Christopher McQuarrie and editor Eddie Hamilton, plus go inside the incredible stunts, exotic locations, and more. Yeah, this was fantastic, and I'm so glad this film got released on the big screen. Although, if I'm going to be perfectly honest here, they shouldn't have released this film. They shouldn't have released this movie in July, because for those who pretty much also know, because in July, a week, like a little over a week after this film came out, both Barbie and Oppenheimer were both released on July 21st. And as you can possibly tell, those two films made a huge amount of money. Those two movies made a huge amount of money at the box office, with Barbie becoming the highest-grossing film of the year. Which, by the way, on a side note, Barbie is now streaming on Max, which just happened today. We'll be revisiting that film sometime soon. But yeah, honestly, I agree. Like, the reason why this film bombed is because Paramount decided to not push back the film, which I think they should have waited for like a few more months. Like, maybe they should have released the movie like in either September or heck, even last month, or maybe even released it this month. Then it would have done big during the holiday season. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry if this keeps falling, but yeah. But yes, I feel like that's the reason why this movie bombed. If it wasn't for that, then this film would have done much, much better at the box office. Because after the success of Top Gun Maverick, I thought this was going to be another billion-dollar hit. But apparently, no. That's not what happened. Well, Paramount, you should have listened to us. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of this movie, while this film is called Dead Reckoning Part 1, it shouldn't have been called that because not only does this film ends being a complete movie, but also because Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, which was originally scheduled for June 28th of next year has now been pushed back to May 23rd of 2025. That film is not being called Dead Reckoning Part 2. That film's being called, it's just in the untitled 8th Mission Impossible film. So this one should just be called Dead Reckoning. Yeah, there you go. But yes, but still, aside from that, this film is fantastic. Yeah, hold on, just being careful again. This clips the cover off. Yep, here's the discs, and they're both on standard blue discs. Here's the Blu-ray disc with the movie. And here's the Blu-ray disc with the special features. There's a little insert and digital code right there. Hold on. But yeah, this Blu-ray of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is very great indeed. And now we move on to the other Blu-ray. This Blu-ray, yeah, which I also got this Blu-ray last night. Now, this is based off a beloved series. And if you saw one of my previous videos, I mentioned that this is my favorite animated series of all time. And that being the Blu-ray of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And this is the complete series Blu-ray. Yep. It didn't came with the slipcover, but that's fine. There are a couple, like, cracks. There's, like, a couple cracks, like, with the case, like. But aside from that, this, like, right here, you can see, like, this little crack. Sorry, it's hard to see. But, yeah, there's a bit of, come on, focus here. You can see this crack, but other than that, the discs still work fine. Because I did put, like, the discs to watch the first 2 episodes this morning. Or at least to rewatch them. Yeah, this series is fantastic. Like, this truly was one of, this alongside SpongeBob SquarePants and The Fairly Odd Parents were definitely Nickelodeon's biggest series during the 2000s decade. And this is, in my opinion, their greatest series they made so far. Plus, the main reason why we have the mainstream story-driven cartoons in the West in mainstream animation. Anyways, and you can see Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, and Zuko. Anyways, here's the spine. This is a 2018 Blu-ray, by the way. In the back, it says, for the first time ever on Blu-ray. Special features, we got the making of the Avatar featurettes, original uncut animatic, Battle of the Water Tribe, original uncut animatic, The Avatar State, behind the scenes with the Avatar cast and crew, Avatar Super Deformed Shorts, Into the Fire Nation at the San Diego Comic-Con, and The Women of Avatar: The Last Airbender, plus featurettes, audio commentaries, and more. Yeah. Now, I got this Blu-ray because, well, apparently, there's been this thing going on with Netflix, and then where, Netflix did this recent thing where apparently, like, with the whole, like, sharing, like, the account. So that's why when that happened, I decided, you know what? I might as well get this on Blu-ray. Oh, and speaking of Netflix, as we all know, in February, their adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender will be premiering on the streaming format, and I will be watching it to see how it is. I definitely do know it is not going to be as good as the original series, but I do believe it will be much, much, much better than the M. Night Shyamalan movie from 2010. Yeah, that film pretty much destroyed M. Night Shyamalan's reputation. And seriously, if you have not seen, seriously, for those true Avatar fans, do not watch that movie. That movie was a disgrace. Yeah. But if you do want an Avatar film, then I definitely recommend waiting till the 2025 Avatar Aang movie, because that film's going to be awesome. Although, there is rumor that, like, the whole Animations Guild is pretty much going to expire sometime next summer, so I guess we can expect a strike happening pretty soon. Yeah, sorry if the cover's a little bit wrinkly, but it doesn't really matter. The discs still work fine. Yep, it's a 9-disc set. As you can tell, they're standard blue discs. Anyways, here's disc one which has book one, part one. Yep, being careful with this. Here's disc two, which has book one, part two. Here's disc three, which has book one, part three. Here's disc four, which has book two, part one. Here's disc five, which has book two, part two. Here's disc six, which has book two, part three. Disc seven, which has book three, part one. Here's disc eight, which has book three, part two. And here's disc nine, which has book three, part three. Yeah, sorry if I'm being a little bit careful because I don't want them to get destroyed. So yeah, this Blu-ray of Avatar: The Last Airbender is fantastic indeed. And for those who are wondering, I might get The Legend of Korra sometime on Blu-ray, but that'll depend. I'm not really in no rush to get that series. I do like that series, but I don't think it's as great as this one. But I think we can all agree on that. But it's still great. But I still do think Korra's still pretty good. But yeah, still, if you have never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, please give it a watch. You will not regret it. So yeah, there you go. That's my Blu-ray update for today. December 15th, 2023. I'll see you all for my next video coming soon.